Hello, hello everyone! Welcome back to our Seascape Moonscape stream. Today, this week is gonna be a little different as you can feel the vibe. We are traveled back in time today to the medieval time. Since we've been on the moon, we're being so futuristic for so long. Now I wanted to give you a little taste of the medieval era. So we are very, very happy and excited to show you guys the new game that we are having with the Meta King Studios. It was very honored to be able to have them over to our stream, and then here today we will talk about all kinds of what this game is about and how can you play this game. And hello to all of the people, the 3K viewers. Welcome to our stream, and I hope you guys can have a good time here. I'm your host Jessie, and if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comment down below. And if you want to visit Blocklords, make sure you go to their website or scan the QR code. You can get all kinds of information from there as well. And don't be shy to ask us any questions. So yeah. Hello to all of the people chatting right now in our chat room. Hello to all the Binance users, and hello to Johan and James. C. Dali. Oh, hello, Deepdive. Hi, Deepdive. How's it going? How was your gameplay these days? Getting any better at this? I am very excited to show this game for you guys. So without further ado, let me introduce so today it will be Blocklords, and also you'll have the very important guest as also our Seascape, we call her the godmother or the game master, which is, let me introduce her first. It is our all-time favorite guest. Let's welcome Sharmika. Shar. Hey, Shar.
Hi, everyone. I am extremely excited to be here. Can you guys hear me? Does my sound okay?
Yeah, perfectly. You sound beautiful, my lady.
You flatter me. You flatter me, darling. You flatter me, darling. Very happy to be here.
Did you see?
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see the TikTok today?
I did. It took me on a journey. So
we're very Benito today.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we will be representing, the Seascape fam. Let us welcome our Blocklord family. So first of all, we are want to introduce, because ladies first. So let us introduce Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hey guys, how's it going? Happy to be here.
Yeah, so nice to meet you. All right, and we will be, there's another person joining us. Let me see if he finally adjusts his camera correctly. Let's see. All right, let us welcome Laslo. Hey.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Where are you?
Hi.
Where are you, Laslo?
In my house.
We're great. He's Laslo's having some computer problems, so he's had to join on his phone.
Oh, you got like the nice classical architecture feel.
The medieval Renaissance feel, yeah.
Yeah.
Laslo's gone back in time just for this.
Clearly.
The amount of effort you need to go through, right? Travel back in time to join the stream.
Oh yeah. 8 a.m. over here in New York, so I wanted to make sure that I hit everything in color. But yeah, very excited to talk Blocklords, give you guys everything medieval, and I'm depending on you guys for all of our medieval voices here, okay?
Lovely. Fantastic. Amazing. Oh, well, while it's just the three of us, I want to sort of, before we totally dive into things, most people who come to watch us, right? They come to watch for Moonscape and Moonscape related stuff. They come to watch for the game and for our associated role plays and whatnot. So I think this is going to be very, very new for a lot of people. So I want to sort of introduce what this is that you're watching, right? So usually, right, we talk mostly about, well, exclusively pretty much about Moonscape, which is a product. It is the first IDO product of Seascape, which I have come to represent several times. And the whole structure, like Seascape being the platform that helps produce, that is the sort of the backbone that helps produce various games of different, like, levels of complexity. That doesn't usually get talked about on this channel very much, so I'm going to take this opportunity to explain what that structure is like, what's the relationship between Moonscape and Blocklords and Seascape, and how these all interrelate with one another, what the joining philosophy is that unites them, and really, we really want to get everyone super excited about this project. It is extremely important to us, and I think that for anyone who is really interested in Web3 and next-gen gaming, this is an absolute must-play game. It is something you cannot miss, and I think it's just going to be super important. So thank you guys for being with us here today, as you usually are. You're a wonderful crowd. We love you guys very much, and yeah, let's dive right into it.
Awesome.
Let's go. So thank you to everyone in chat for being so nice and welcoming. It's lovely to meet you all. Very happy to be here. Thank you for having us, Josh and Shah. We've been watching your streams religiously since the Blocklord team formed, so it's really nice to be here as a guest. I'm just going to do a little bit of a background into Blocklords. So Blocklords is a player-driven medieval grand strategy game whose world and narrative are shaped by the players who inhabit it. You, as a player, can choose your path and forge your own destiny, whether you want to be a peaceful farmer, a protective knight, whether you want to embrace havoc and you want to be a raider and you want to go and steal resources. You could be a lord or a lady, or you could be a ruler. Those are the 4 play styles. We have a player-driven narrative, a player-driven economy designed to allow you your own experience, your own digital assets, and to own your legacy.
Awesome.
Beautifully stated.
Nice.
So, like, who makes Blocklords?
Well, Sam and I both contribute heavily to Blocklords, but we are not the beautiful brains that brought the original project to fruition. Blocklords created by David Johansen, as well as Nikki Lee and Medit Ametsen, the original team behind the Seascape network. So when they originally created Seascape, they always had the vision of creating Blocklords, and it wasn't until this past raise that we closed 15 million through some really great partners like Delphi Digital, Makers Fund, and Amoka. And it wasn't until this raise that we're the team, that being David, Nikki, and Medit, we're really able to come back to Blocklords in full spirit and build out the version that some of you may have seen today. This new version, compared to the older version, the original version that was on Tron, is 3D, fully explorative, very immersive, 3D AAA, high fidelity graphics, very different than the original version. So it's kind of the same vision from that original team that originally created it, but we think that this new version is going to really show people what the value of these assets could be, and bring them back to what the purpose of playing games is always for, that being having fun.
Mm-hmm. Meta King Studios is the studio which grew from the founders of Seascape. They started Meta King Studios, which is the team developing Blocklords. We also work very closely with Seascape. We started small, but we're a big old group now across like 20 countries. We are built from veterans of gaming, entertainment, and the blockchain industries, with experience from EA, Ubisoft, Paradox, Star Wars, and then, of course, Seascape.
Fantastic. Yeah, super cool. So, like, what? All right. So there's like, there's Seascape, right? And then there's Meta Kings. And then there's
Moonscape, and there's so many different names.
If I were a player, I'd be super confused, right? I'd be super confused. So let's try to disambiguate that now, because we get a lot of questions about that, and let's sort of, make that very clear. So like just to give you guys out there in Web3 metaverse land, a little bit of background, right? So to try to build up from what we were talking about. Seascape, started out actually after Blocklords. So there was originally Blocklords 1.0 was like a brainchild that existed. Some of you out there may actually have been original players, and if so, you're very lucky. And then when the original team was very small, realized that there were two like things that were missing from the overall industry that would have made making the game more successful, right? And that was users and developer tools. So that's when Nikki and David they created a new platform that was geared toward creating the infrastructure necessary to make Web3 gaming as enormous as it could be, right? So this year you're going to see some new generations, not just from Seascape, from all over the metaverse, all kinds of different new projects, and they require the infrastructure and tools to be able to actually build, and that's what Seascape is there for, by creating smaller games that are, it seems like there's a lot of things, but one of them is create smaller games that gamify the process of various DeFi and NFT mechanics. One thing is creating SDK tools. Just a lot of different things. And one of the services that Seascape offers is an IDO platform, IDO Launchpad for new projects. The first project from our IDO Launchpad, the Lighthouse, was and is Moonscape, right? The game that you guys have come to know and love over the last few months. We have some more games coming out this year, and one of the other game projects that is we really want is to bring that original dream back into the limelight with Blocklords. So that's a little bit to kind of explain the relationship, the evolution over the last several years. There's a really lovely metaphor that hopefully will make it a lot clearer, but I think maybe Sam has a better grasp on it than I do. So I'll let you explain.
Yeah, sure. So the way that we like to describe it to people, because it's a little confusing, we all work together, but we're all separate teams. So if you imagine Disney, Lucasfilms, and Star Wars, 3 separate entities that all work together. So there's the parent company, the production house, and the product, which is what we're mirroring, essentially. So we have Seascape, which is the parent company. They do all the tech stuff. They help us out with all of that. And then we have our team is MetaKing Studios, which is the production house. And then the product that we're building is Blocklords.
Yeah. yeah, beautiful.
I think that's a really good metaphor, like for people who's like not really into like business or something like that. So like I feel like everyone can understand how like Disney works, and with like Star Wars and different like Lucasfilm, like it's like a Marvel universe as well, right? So it's like we're creating different kinds of different, like we kind of like like Moonscape is in the future, Blocklords is in the past, and like we kind of sort of like, but it's all the family.
So what you're saying is that we're the Avengers right now, right? That's what I'm understanding from what.
Yeah, that's what I want to drop here. Like hint, yes.
Can I be the Hulk?
I think one thing important to add on as well is just the way that we approach building Blocklords is similar to that that a traditional media franchise might approach building out their titles and their brand. In that, when we give players the opportunity to have ownership over their assets and make all of the decisions that they want in game and have all of that value go back to the player, they're really creating their own story. All of the heroes, all of the characters that participate in this epic grand vision and grand adventure become really the main characters of this episodic franchise, this brand that we create. And we allow people to really rally behind that and take ownership of that challenge and that adventure. And create their own story and create their own narrative in the same way that, we might reference some famous characters that large-scale traditional media companies like Disney may make, like Mickey Mouse. There'll be very important characters throughout the Blocklords universe that players are controlling that become these evangelized figures and characters that are referenced for time to come in the future. So super excited about how we were able to bridge that traditional learnings from media and entertainment into what we're building here at Blocklords.
You made it sound so cool. That's a cool thing. So, we're over here. We're like hanging out inside of your computer or your phone and talking about how cool this thing is. But I think it might be easier for you to understand if we let you see it. So, Sam, I believe you created some nice visuals.
I did create some visuals.
Wow.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. So,
Wow.
Seascape,
Woo!
welcome to Seascape. And then obviously here's Blocklords. Here's a little teaser of one of our heroes. So just wanted to show you some gameplay screenshots. This is pre-alpha, I will say in pretense. It's not finished yet, but it already looks great.
Yeah.
Here's some raiding in the tavern where you'll get your tasks. And then I wanted to start it off by showing you guys the trailer. So this is our teaser trailer for Blocklords. It was developed by Axis Studios. They did the trailers for Diablo. They do Love, Death, Robots on Netflix. So I hope that you enjoy.
Whoa! Oh my gosh!
I can't make it
that
stop.
Looks awesome.
I know, super excited to share that with you.
It looks so legit. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh! It really, literally gives me the chill. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Notice how in the... Am I pointing in the right direction? No.
no.
Oh, here.
Nope, the other one.
Ugh, I'm so bad at this. Okay, so notice how there's like a QR code at the end of that video you just saw. It tells you to go and claim your free hero. If you call that QR code, which we will be telling you about multiple times over the course of the session, you can go and sign up, go register, go get your hero.
You can get a hero like for free.
I mean, like they can explain better than I can, but here's the thing:
Yeah.
go register. You go get some free stuff, man. Like,
Go to the website, pop in your email, make a password, and that's as simple as that. That's a free farmer that will be minted into your account, which you'll then be able to play in the early access of the game.
Oh
you know the
wow!
word free.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my
So-
god! I freaking love free stuff.
Look at this. This is beautiful. This is
It
absolutely
is beautiful.
So yeah, I wanted to show you a little bit. This is pre-alpha, but these are some of the scenes in the game. We have the 4 pillars, obviously. Here's the conquer, ruler side of stuff where the lords and ladies will live. Epic battles, which will go on between players and between nations, depending what nation you want to live in. The first one, I wanted to jump a little bit into the 4 styles of play. So the first thing that most people will be joining as is farmers. Farmers is our free-to-play character. Anyone that signs up in the pre-registration, go and pre-register, will get a free farmer minted into their account, which they'll then be able to play in the game. Farmers are they're the bread and butter of the nation, we like to call it over at Blocklords. They're responsible for gathering, mining, processing, crafting various materials, which they refine into currency. So farming isn't just limited to gathering. You manage animals. You get to hang out with the cows and the pigs. That's where I'm going to be. You live off the land. Meat you will donate to your kingdom to feed the armies. You will get to participate in the building of the cities by supplying the materials that is required to do so. So when you join, you'll see the whole map. You can pick a place to set up and build your farm. You can hire farmers to come and work on your farm from other players, or other players can join your farm so you can play with your friends, you can play with your guilds, and yeah, you will join as a farmer. The next one is fighting. So this is the raiders. The next step is, once you have got enough currency, you saved up enough resources, you may want to choose where you go. So we have the raiders, who embrace the blood, the fire, the mayhem of battle. As a raider, you don't answer to anyone, so you work for yourself. You attack the farms, you steal resources from lords and ladies. But it's high risk, and I'll go into that a little bit later. Next, we have the knights. You will work for a lord for a stable salary. And your duty's simple, really. You defend farms, you defend villages, and you take bounties on any raiders. These guys here, these are some of our characters that will be available a little later on in the year. Lords and ladies. They rule, they're in charge, they build the cities, they set the taxes. If you set your taxes too high, people will leave. And then finally, we have the king and the queen, which is the ultimate role. You'll get nominated by lords and ladies, you govern the nation, and you're in charge of the war strategies. So it's super, super interesting. And here's some heroes. Laslo, I don't know if you want to talk about the heroes a little bit.
Yeah, I think I touched on it a little bit before when I talked about creating a franchise or like episodic series. But every single character in the game is a hero. So every single type of character that Sam described, from the farmers to the knights to the kings and queens, are all NFT heroes within the game. And every single character that we create, and that ends up being created in the game through the breeding system, is all owned by the character, meaning that every single thing that unfolds within the game, every single time the meta evolves, every single time there's a grand event that happens within the world, it's all decided by the players. So really, like, this is one of the few examples I feel like in gaming where we have an entire economy, an entire ecosystem really decided and managed by the players. The heroes are probably the most exciting thing, where we see a lot of like the most value coming back to the player, because the only way for your hero to evolve or level up or be worth more than Joe Schmo's hero next to you is if you're able to play the game effectively. And what is playing the game effectively in Blocklords? Like, there is no right answer, right? For a farmer, perhaps that one's farming resources correctly, but for a warrior hero such as the knight or the raider, there's always a certain level of risk and reward that you need to balance in order to play the role effectively. And then perhaps for the lord or the king and queen, there's really no correct way that the hero can play, right? Some heroes will be most successful being a conqueror, making big chaotic war decisions against them, and perhaps some other lords or some other kings and queens could do their job very effectively by being a benevolent leader and being super kind and resourceful for all of his subjects. But really, like, whether or not your hero is valuable, whether or not you lead your hero to glory, is all decided by you as a player. And we think that's kind of what the most exciting part about creating these really high detail, in-depth characters is that you really form some kind of social, emotional connection to your hero, to this character that you end up evolving and growing with in the game. And ultimately, your hero will inevitably die, which we can tap on that in a little bit as well. But really furthers like the the stickiness that you feel towards these characters and towards others. In the Blocklords universe, there's a global time scale that every character is running at, so everybody experiences the same events at the same time. But more importantly, it means that all the heroes are aging at the same rate. So inevitably, every single hero in the Blocklords universe will pass away, will die, and there becomes an inevitable metagame that happens in order for you to carry on your dynasty, carry on your legacy. So what you're seeing in front of you, this very high detail dynasty system, it's a way for you to find a spouse and carry on your traits, carry on your stats into the future children that you have, so that your legacy can really carry on and stand the test of time and pass through generations. Yeah, this is probably one of the most exciting parts about Blocklords for me. That everybody inevitably has to carry on this legacy, has to play this game, in addition to actually playing like the main core loops of Blocklords.
Damn, that's cool.
That was amazing. Like
all of that.
All of that.
Super cool. I have two questions actually. One for you guys and one for our audience. The audience question first. Audience. after listening to all that, have you signed up yet for your free hero? Have you done it? Go do it. Oh, God damn it. Go do it. Go sign up. Did you? I don't know why you would listen to all that and then not do it. Go sign up.
I have a question in terms of that. I have a question. So when we go to blocklords.com, at the beginning it says enlist. So if I just put my email address, does that count as I successfully enlisted, or I need to do something more?
You put in your email and your password, which will put you into the system, which will also be your in-game login when the game drops. Further to that, there's stuff that you can do in the app, and you'll also receive an email that will give you extra instructions in case you want to go a little bit further in. Nice.
So it's super simple for you to pre-register this. So what are you waiting for? Go sign up right now. Like, you get a free heroes from it, right?
We have some people in the chat already saying they've signed up, which is good. Thanks. We love you extra much. And it also looks like 2 people just got engaged in the chat.
Congratulations.
Already.
Right. Like, you don't even have your heroes yet, but you've already decided to get wed.
Yeah. Do they meet in our chat room? Like, is that?
I think they mean in the game. They said, "Who wants to be my block lover?" So.
I see. Okay.
And they've decided to get married and make block babies, and I support this.
Beautiful.
This is what we want.
Yeah.
That actually is my question. Oh my God, can we have like weddings in the game?
In the game, like in Blocklords, that would be so cool.
You will have like a marriage procedure, yes, where you like agree with a player. So yeah, that is kind of the way it works.
That's amazing. Wow.
So it's very romantic.
So that's
medieval romance.
My wedding venue decided.
Right? Mad cool. So I actually have a practical question as a player, right? So let's say, okay, I am a player and I have an NFT of a hero. And me and Dibaki from the chat room right now, we get married and we have a kid, right? That kid is a new NFT, or do you have to? Okay, who does the NFT belong to, me or them? Like, how do you determine who the children physically belong to?
So for the first stage of the game, we are planning for only if you own 2 of this 2 heroes that are able to mate, then you can mate them. But as we roll out more versions, because only the first version of the game is just going to be the farming gameplay. As we iterate and add on more versions, then we give the option to for players to mate with others as well. We really open up that more collaborative breeding environment. But we don't want to drop every mechanic right at once, because it wouldn't really make a ton of sense. And we want to do testing and make sure it's implemented in the right way. So the custody issue is still something that we're deciding on.
Okay, so like when I get divorced, I can get my kids in the divorce. Is that like a thing?
I think that this might predate divorce, but I'm not sure.
I don't know why we're having this conversation, but I'm loving it.
So the way that the game will drop is like,
I just there's some misinformation I just noticed in the chat. So please scan. Please scan. Make sure that you can go and get free stuff. Don't go to just any website that you see in the chat. So please be careful.
On the stream.
Yes. And actually, there are some people asking, especially for Laslo. Laslo, can we choose the sex of our NFTs?
No, you cannot. So if you're talking about, well, it depends. If you're talking about when you first enter the game, because ultimately the game becomes free to play, and everybody who plays is minted a free hero. In that case, I believe that you will have a decision. But if you're just talking about breeding the two heroes together, then no, you can't decide.
When you join the game, you'll have the decision. But once you have a baby, you can't choose that.
Yeah, there's no CRISPR in medieval times.
And like for inheritance, is it like based on like ancient patriarchal systems, or is it like my oldest kid, regardless of the sex of that kid, will inherit whatever? Like, how do I determine inheritance, or is it like still up in the air, like how inheritance is going to work?
Yeah. Custody is still something that we're figuring out. We want to implement in the right way. It doesn't exactly make sense that we say, hey, only the person with the most amount of wealth gets the child, or hey, like we just split the children in half. What if there's one child? Like there's a lot of edge cases that we have to take into consideration. So no set answer yet. If you want to breed, you need to have own both characters in the first iteration of the game. That being the farming gameplay, but later down the road, we're still figuring out what the right way it is to implement who gets custody of which child, depending on how many children, depending on a lot of factors.
But what about inheritance? Right. So, for example, if I have 2 kids, does the game decide what they get, or do I decide what my kids get?
Right. So, for every player has, like, for all intents and purposes, their own house, which is all of the characters, all the heroes that they own, and because your characters are going to die inevitably, every character has to set their own heir to the throne, so to your own throne. So that character, regardless of whether or not they're family or not, would be the one that receives the inheritance.
And if you don't get round to it and you die, then then you've made a mistake. So you need to make sure that this is one of the important mechanics of the game. The first one it won't be, and also so all of our heroes have the permadeath, but it will be paused for the first release, so that they don't all die before they can have kids.
Okay. I also noticed in the chat some people are saying, hey, I just signed up, but I didn't get my hero yet. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. It's not immediate. But you guys can talk about the timeline a little bit more if you have any information on that, like what the actual step-by-step process is of getting free stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually wanted to ask question as a new timer, because I actually specifically not really read into too much, so because I wanted to be those kind of a freshman to Blocklords. So it's let me bring back to the most basic questions. So how does Blocklord do? Is it a strategic? I understand it's a strategic game, but as you explain more and more, it feels like it's a very, very long term goal game. So what kind of goal will that be for Blocklords inside the game, other than taking resources?
So I think we've developed the 4 pillars of play to kind of support the effort that people want to put into games. So farming is doing daily tasks, collecting resources, and then the further up you develop, so whether you become a knight or a raider, a lord or a lady, by the time you get to king and queen, it's a high responsibility role. So it kind of fits into the personal play styles of people that might want to play the game. If you want to do something casually and kind of feel it out, you come in as a farmer. You might want a bit more responsibility, and you might want to rule, so you might try and get to a lord or a lady. So it's kind of dependent on what the players would like to do. Bless you, Laslo.
Thank you.
So characters will have, in theory at least, enough of a lifetime to be able to work their way up from a farmer to a queen. Right? I could be born a farmer, and in a reasonable lifetime, I could be the queen of my own land.
Exactly. Everything is defined by your deeds. Well, within your legacy, at least. So the legacy that you pass down through generations, yeah.
We're not guaranteeing that every character that plays the game, though, is going to be able to turn from a farmer to a hero, to a king or queen, especially in one lifetime. But yes, that is definitely possible if you play your cards right.
Okay. Well, it looks like a veritable Game of Thrones here. I have to sit on a lot of skulls to get up there.
I mean, like Sam mentioned, if you want to be a king or queen, right, which in terms of control is one level above the lords and ladies, you have to be voted by the lords and ladies for that role. So play that out. Not every character. It doesn't even make sense that every character would even be able to be elected that role, but some will, right? If you play that political game, make your right threats and make the right alliances.
Or maybe you do it and you're just very nice to everyone and they vote you in.
So I could murder people. That's a thing. My NFT can get murked. Just
Shunt.
That's scary. Oh my goodness, I have to be nice to people now. Okay, let me think about that. All right. While I have everyone's attention, I do notice there are a couple of questions in the chat. When you sign up, you will when the sale goes live, you'll get your heroes. You won't get it today, but you will get it. So please be patient. Make sure that you go to the scanned. Oh gosh, which direction am I going? The scanned link over there to get to the right location. To actually get to the right webpage. Sign up and just chill. Be patient. Wait it out, because good things are worth waiting for.
Yeah, on the sign up page, there's a box that says "Don't miss out." Shortly, that will be replaced with a timer, and when the timer goes down, that's when everyone will start being able to do all the fun stuff. But once you've signed up and you've got everything connected, like you're in, so don't worry about it.
Could you play multiple players at the same character at the same time, or you just one character? Oh, great.
Yeah, so like an interesting way to play, say that you like had a lord or lady that you are managing, and then you owned like 3 or 4 farmers. You could send those farmers to work in like other people's farms.
I see.
That's cool.
Is every single character design totally unique?
No, so there's a selection of unique heroes that will be released, and then there's 2 farmer models. So there's like the generic heroes, which is the female and the male farmer, and then also there is a bunch of these very special heroes that you see in this presentation.
Special heroes.
Yeah, these guys, which all come with their own backstories. They're part of a house. They have unique traits and talents, and that will be in the sale.
Tight.
That's really cool. Is there a limit to the number of kings and queens?
So the way that it works is that the map is very big, but it is split into nations. So each nation has a lord or a lady, and then 3 of those lords and ladies can come together and they can vote for a king and queen. That's like essentially how it works in like the simple explanation. So yeah, it will be limited, but it's very vast for now.
Nice. All right. I think the most really important question is that when will the sale go live?
So we still haven't released this publicly. It's coming up very, very, very soon. So I'd recommend just keeping an eye on our channels. On the website, when you go to the link over here and sign up, once you signed up, there will be a don't miss out, and it says there's something about a counter on there. Soon there will be a counter on there, and then when that ends, that's when the sale's going to go live.
Ooh, exciting.
Don't procrastinate, because you're going to look up and it's not going to be there anymore. Go do it now. Okay.
Yeah, so our first playable version of the game should come out by end of this year, the first gameplay being the farming gameplay. And in order for you to take part in that game, if you want to be early, then you need to have a hero to play. And if you don't take the time right now to go and register for that free hero, then for you to get a hero when that first public version comes out, you're going to need to purchase one. So this is definitely a very exclusive time for anybody who's interested to come in and get that early access.
Yeah.
Ooh. Tight.
Very important.
Awesome.
To get that early access. Yeah, like I feel like early access is so important for a player, because like they get that first taste of how the game was gonna be. So like it's really important for us to like register right now, and then like by the time we are started to have the early access, you will immediately be able to immerse yourself in the game, and like even just like spot what's like interesting and what do you want to improve. And like I think that's all the early access about, right? To like let players to experience the game itself, and then like get loads of feedback back, and then like when it's actually like fully public release, you have like literally the best game in the world. Like you have so many people telling you which is getting better, which is not. So like I think it's really interesting to see how this is gonna all like turn out to be, especially like when you are having such a detailed mechanism behind this game. It's so delicate, it is so detailed, and the mechanism behind it is so like well thought out as well. So like I'm super excited to see that happen.
So when the game is live, where do I put my fan fiction? Like is there like a
I will
for
make
that
a section on the website for
Please.
you.
Please,
Yeah, don't worry.
appreciate it.
Maybe
I
we
need
can
to-
write it into the lore. I could give you some of the characters before, and we can put them in some books or something.
Yeah, man. Like this is how I launched my novel career. So I just want to make sure that that this is all that we're all here. We're all for it. Can I have as many kids as I want, or does my body like run out? Is it like actual? Do I can't die in childbirth?
Is
Like,
that your question or the live streamer's question? I feel like you are. I'm just so curious. I didn't see anyone asking that.
So there is so obviously they have a lifetime essentially, and within that, so like your character will get pregnant and go on to have a child. So I think like the way that it's being set up, and it's not finalized yet, is that like they will only be able to have kids up to a certain age as well. So just to kind of limit that question.
I don't know why. Sure. Are you so much of a godmother that all you think about is babies these days? Like
no, I'm just imagining, right? I'm an 80-year-old raider and I'm pregnant, right? Like, how is that like? Is that gonna be a thing? Like,
That doesn't sound ideal.
Yeah, I feel like there's better ways you could have chosen your decisions if that ends up being what happens. But as what Sam said is correct, there is a certain age where you can't breed anymore, but that's based on there's a fertility like score. I'm not kidding. Like, so you have a chance of like when you're most active and most fertile, and you have to play that out along with your time span in order to decide what the most efficient way for you to operate is. Use your imagination, but there's no set limit, but there are constraints.
okay,
Right.
okay.
Back to the bloody part. Can we have fights and wars in the game? Because I feel like that's all like medieval is about, right? It's about like raiding other people's city and then like having wars and then like strategic. Yeah.
So it's funny. Every time that we like talk to someone about the game, the first thing they say is like, "I want to fight." No one. It's like, "I want to fight. I want to take things. I want to be evil." Which is really great. Because it's how the game stays exciting. So as a raider, you don't work for anyone. You can go and raid the farms, which is like stealing resources from like the nation that you're going to, essentially. Lords and ladies have like city management, and they manage the knights who defend from the raiders. And then war is possible, and it's very grand and very massive and very epic, which is led by the king and queens. But it's a very big decision in game to go to war. It's going to cost you a lot of resources. A lot of people are going to die. So it's a choice that you've got to make strategically in a strategy game. But yeah, of course it's possible. It's medieval. That's what they did, right? Rock and roll and fight.
So like, if I'm the queen of my nation and I send everyone out to war, and like, let's say 5% of the people in my nation die, right?
Yeah.
Then the lord, one of my lords comes and like murders me. Okay. Somebody else is going to become the new king of the land. The stuff that I owned, will it go to my murderer or to my kid?
I'm not sure how that works. I think when you get killed by someone, like there is a chance to steal their legacy. And I think it depends if you've appointed someone or like on the conditions of your death. But yeah, there's definitely like a big steal element in the game. So
To my understanding is it defaults to inheritance, but as long as there's a battle or as long as there's something that is raided, then some portion of your assets will go to the raider.
I'm very curious, actually. Like, I know that medieval, like, is this game like very historical correct medieval, or this is like a magical medieval? Because like how like The Witcher, they will have like imaginary, for example, like wizards and witches and like magic theme, or is this one is solely for like the hierarchies of like the levels and it's
it's like very very feudal. It's not fantasy. I'm sure in the wisps of the lore, there may be mentions, as there was back in historic times. But in terms of like actual gameplay, yeah, it's like historically medieval.
That's really fun. Like I bet that you guys do a lot of research on like, you know, medieval costumes and medieval like goods and stuff, right?
Yeah, the art process was amazing. Like we work on the marketing team, but like the whole research that they did, like they went through like the entire medieval thing from like all around the world as well. So like it's not just like English medieval or French medieval, like they've like pulled stuff from all over the world, and all of these references you do see in the game, and you have the chance to like get characters that like have different types of armor, and like it's beautiful the way that it's done, and the thought and the research behind it from our art team, and then obviously the visionaries being David, Nikki, and Madette. It's super well thought out.
That is
it's so beautiful.
That's so cool, man. So there's gonna be like actual countries with actual different like cultures and stuff. Like if I'm in a different, I can like pick a hero that is like based on the like local culture within.
So it won't be on the local culture, like the costuming and stuff is like very like all over, but you choose where you want to go as a character. Obviously, if you're born somewhere, or you like buy a character that was born somewhere, then that's where they will be. But you have the opportunity to move around the map freely. Say you're a farmer and you're annoyed that you keep getting raided, or you think the taxes are too high, like you can just pick up your farm and go. You can move on to the next place.
Nope, I'm leaving. Yeah. Just got pack my bag. All right, there's actually a really good question on the live comments, which is this game gonna be in mobile?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that, right? Like, because my phone can be mobile. Can I play on mobile? Like, is that possible?
Currently, no. It will be PC only release to begin with. Down the line, and there's no promises, we'd love to like make a support app so you can like manage your daily tasks and stuff from mobile, but it will be PC release, yeah.
Yeah, but you can use it in your phone browser as well, right? If you're
so it's going to be a client download. So like say you were to download Age of Empires, you download a client and then you'd open that within your computer, use the credentials from the website, it copies over the data from what characters you own and puts that into the game for you.
That's cool. I mean, that's fair because like it's such a high quality and resolution game. I don't feel like any like phone can handle how much of a graphic and the historical effects in it.
If you want to look through the characters in the game, if you want to trade your assets, that can be done mobile, and will be available through the marketplaces to be done mobile. But yeah, the game will be PC only.
So there's external stuff from the game that impacts the game. So there's a marketplace, for instance, right? I guess there'll be other events and stuff where I can like go and get special heroes. What if I want to become a hero? Can I sell myself to Blocklords and then like become an NFT? Is that an option or?
Now you're talking about Black Mirror stuff. I don't think Black Mirror.
That's the next part of the franchise.
That's the next part. That's our plan, like Seascape's plan. We're literally gonna like upload our minds into the clouds.
Yeah. Somebody says they want their kids in the. Do you mean like you want your block kids in the game? Because I don't recommend having your actual kids play the game. That seems to me.
I think they mean that they want the kids to play this game. But do you recommend kids to be able to play this game or not really?
I mean, it is a grand strategy medieval warfare game.
Yeah.
So there will be like fighting, and it's quite a like dark, gritty universe. Like Game of Thrones, for instance, is like a pretty intense, dark, gritty universe, and that's copied over into Blocklords as well. So like Blocklords is like it's like very true to the time. You know, it's hard to get by in the medieval days. You had to work really hard, and you don't have heating or air conditioning. So it's like a pretty gritty universe.
I would recommend them playing though.
Wow! After all that. It's a statement. I mean, like, this is going to be a game that is going to define a generation for sure. There are going to be people, 15 years from now who are like, who grew up with this game, for whom it will be very important. for whom it's going to be a touchstone in their lives. So I think we're very fortunate to be a part of history, to be a part of the development of that, to touch many, many lives. And speaking of lives that are going to get touched, go make sure one of those lives is your life. Go get touched by Blocklords.
Go get touched.
Yeah.
Go get touched by Blocklords. That's great. That's our catchphrase now.
That's the new
Have
slogan.
you touched anything? Yeah. Have you get touched today by Blocklords?
Let it touch your life.
Yeah. That's really fun.
Are there any more like if I wanted to keep abreast of all of like the cool art and all of the lore and all of that stuff, like where do I can't wait until whenever the game goes live. I need all block all the time. How do I?
The best place to follow us is on Twitter. It's just @Blocklords, like just above me, @Blocklords. From there, you'll be able to find all of our social media, all of our channels. If you do go to twitter.com/Blocklords, we are doing a giveaway with Seascape.
More free stuff?
Yeah, so
Just
more free
getting
stuff. We are
better.
giving away crowns, and we are also giving away Blocklords silver chests.
Hold
which
on.
will have...
I can't believe you only said it right now.
What's a silver chest? What is a silver chest?
So the way that the game works, everyone that signs up for free will get a basic banner chest full of basic banners that they can trade for their free hero. When you get a silver chest, you have the chance to get silver banners. And essentially, the way that it all works is the higher level of banners you get and the right combinations you get through trading and opening chests will be how you might get your hands on a very special hero.
Wow.
That sounds super cool. Oh my god. So there's like, how many different levels of chest are there? And if I let's say I don't manage to get it initially, can I go and buy it, or like how's that going on?
Yep, there will be opportunities further down the line to get silver chests. The best way to get them is to follow us on social media. We're giving away a bunch of them. We've got lots of community activities. We run game nights. We have regular AMAs where you can come in and ask a question. There's that Gleam going now. All you have to do is follow us, pre-register on the site, follow Seascapes, and retweet. There's a couple of extra options in case you want to get a few more entries in and increase your chances.
Tight.
Yeah.
Well, Jassy, have you sent the link to that Gleam out? Let's make sure that everyone can get their hands on everything. Everything.
All right.
All the free. Just get it. Just get all this free stuff. And for this Gleam, it's not just Blocklord stuff that you can get, which, don't get me wrong, that's already pretty amazing. But you can also get your hands on Seascape crowns, which are the foundational token of our ecosystem. Those are useful anywhere in our ecosystem, and they have a special relationship to Blocklords, which we'll get into later on this week. Not necessarily useful in the game, but they will have a special, a little relationship that we'll talk about in the future. And speaking of future, tonight's not the last time we're doing stuff, right? Well, I guess it's my night. It's like, super early in the morning in America, Laslo time. So,
Spot on in the middle of the day for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the entirety of Earth pretty much covered between the four of us.
We're just covered the whole world. Yes.
What else is going on this week? What else are we doing?
So, tomorrow, if you've enjoyed our company today and you would like to get a little bit closer to us and hang out with us, we're running a games night where we will be playing games with the community. So that is running tomorrow. And then on Friday, I believe we have a very special AMA, don't we, Shaw?
Yes, we do. With the founder, who we can't, we've blown a lot of smoke up his ass all night, but he's actually really cool. And he can find out all kinds of cool stuff about this project, about its future, about the vision, the philosophy, why it exists, how you can be a part of it. You guys do not want to miss that Twitter Spaces. Make sure that you follow our social media for all the information that you could possibly need for that. Make sure also to come and try to beat us defeat us in games tomorrow. I mean, you can try. You probably will lose, but you can try to come and like defeat us on the pre-block battlefield of the various games we're going to play tomorrow.
You'll
is
see
inbreeding allowed? What? Someone just asked, is inbreeding allowed?
Are you okay?
Oh God. Well, not gonna answer that question.
Gonna pass that one right on up. So.
Yeah.
Laslo.
Anyway. All right. So tomorrow we'll have the game night.
Yeah. Keep do the Gleam. Follow our socials. Come play games.
Yeah.
Sign up on Blocklords.com. Go get some free stuff, you guys. So.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, it's free stuff. I don't think we need to keep on saying that. Like, if I hear free, like the second E never showed up. I'm already dashing it.
Everything's better when it's free. Free food, free night, anything.
Yeah.
Especially Blocklords assets.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Any other block news?
We have everything is just going on in social media. We're in the middle of stuff at the minute. We have a bunch of giveaways going. We're doing a giveaway with our friend Classy, which is the winner, $1,000. You can also find that on our Twitter. We're doing all sorts. We have regular AMAs. Our Discord is pumping. We run game nights in there as well on the reg, which I'm sure that these guys will now be joining us on the regular as well. Yeah, there's everything going on. We're super busy. We're coming close to our hero launch at the end of the year. The game's going to come out. It's all super, super exciting. And this is the time to get in. It's super exclusive. If you don't want to pay for your heroes, you need to get in now, pre-register.
We'll be headed to Gamescom in Germany in a few weeks as well, which is also
I will be in
exciting.
Germany. Yeah, we're going to go to Gamescom. We're going to be hanging out and doing some very, very cool stuff there. So if you happen to be in Gamescom, come and say hello. There's a lot of fun stuff going on there.
Players, please.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be super great.
All right.
Sam, several people have proposed marriage to you tonight, so you
oh my gosh,
quite a few suitors in the Block universe.
Well, come and find me in Blocklords, and then we'll do it there.
you'll use the wedding scene there. That'd be great. Oh my god. All right. So do you want to say one last time, like what are the following events that you're gonna do, like for this week?
Sure thing. So tomorrow at 1 p.m. UTC, I believe, we're having our games night where we will be joined by Seedscape. And we will be playing a bunch of games. It's going to be streamed on Twitch. There'll be plenty of opportunities for people to jump in and play games with us. There may also be opportunities to win silver chests. So I suggest that you come through. Tomorrow night also we are doing a community AMA at 5 p.m. UTC with WW Ventures, where we'll be talking about building Web3 communities, building Web3 brands. So if you're interested in that, there will be links to that in our Twitter. On Friday, we have our Seascape AMA with founder, visionary, CEO of Blocklords, Metaking Studios, Seascape, Chad. David Johansson. Chad. He will be he'll be coming in and answering the questions. He is amazing. He will be able to answer the questions better than we did. Though I feel we did a fairly good job.
I think so. I think it's a great job.
I think you're kicking all kinds of asses now.
Exactly. Just from here to Timbuktu. Exactly. And anything else? Any other things that you know our captive audience should be aware of rest of the year? Gamescom, I guess.
Yeah, we'll be at Gamescom. We have the sale will be soon. Keep an eye on the website. Once you pre-registered, there will be a countdown where you'll be able to join the sale and get your hands on some super cool heroes. And then Also, shout out to Moonscape. Go and play Moonscape.
Yeah,
please,
dude.
while we're here. Super important,
Yeah.
a big part of the family. Great game.
Yeah, exactly.
Just play all the games that we are having.
Yeah.
Mini games, the Moonscape, Blocklords, so many. You'll never
They're
get
all over
bored.
the place. Please don't let this be the last time that you guys join us. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been great.
We can be kind of silly sometimes, but we do really mean all the things that we say. We really do want to, actually be very impactful on the coming generation of Web3 gamers. We're defining that direction for the next however many years. So you guys keep up the great work. We really, really are very excited about this project, and whatever opportunity we have to blast it to the heavens, we will absolutely be doing so.
Yeah, super excited.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having us.
us.
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah. Well, have a good morning or good afternoon or good evening and good night.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Awesome, guys. Cheers.
Bye.
Ya.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was our Blocklords family and Seascape family. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching the stream with us. If you have any questions, feel free to go follow all of the handles here, and go ahead and pre-register for the Blocklords Hero. Like, you will never regret it. It's always amazing to chat with you all, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget, tomorrow we will have the game night on Twitch channel, and then on Friday we'll have a Twitter Spaces and Twitter. So yes. All right, I catch you guys later, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.